Hello everyone, I'm Hannah Boone, and today I'm going to be sharing a short devotion on the topic of getting along. And our scripture for this devotion comes from the book of Matthew, chapter 7, verses 1 through 12. It says, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged, and with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, 'Let me take the speck out of your eye,' when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the speck from your brother's eye. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. Ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks the door will be opened. Which of you, if your son asks for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a snake? If you then, though you are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father in heaven give good gifts to those who ask him? So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets." So on the topic of getting along, sometimes it can be really hard to get along with others, especially if that person doesn't agree with you or if it's a topic that's really important to you. And getting along sometimes does mean that you acknowledge that you might not be right, or you broaden your perspective to understand where that other person is coming from, which can be hard for everyone because we're human. So the first main point that I draw from this scripture is that we shouldn't judge others or we'll also be judged. And whatever you put out into the world comes back to you, whether that's positivity or negativity. So I think that we really need to step away from that focus on what might be wrong with others and really look into ourselves and study what we could be doing better to put more positivity rather than negativity out into the world. So the second main point of the scripture is that we should do unto others what we would like or expect them to do for us, which involves, once again, showing respect and acknowledging those other points of view that might not align perfectly with ours. And that takes a lot because as humans, we have a tendency to be selfish, and that can cause problems in our relationships and can lead to, bad treatment and misunderstandings among others. So we really need to think about where everyone else is coming from and sort of step outside of ourselves rather than focusing only on what we feel to be right. So the bottom line is that we really must be thoughtful towards those that we're walking through life alongside, which means putting aside our differences and our selfishness that we tend to follow. So thank you guys so much for joining in this time with me, and I appreciate you all.